When it comes to the film The Machine, I'm going to be completely honest, I found it to be an enjoyable watch. Firstly, I really enjoyed Bert Kreischer's performance, whether it be from the comedy side of things to him being very physically active, but also his emotional sides too throughout the film. I really enjoyed the idea of putting flashbacks into the film, really adding and giving layers to the infamous machine story, and you actually start to have a bit more sympathy towards those Bert Kreischer robbed on the train, and even more sympathy to Bert himself, as he is a victim in this story. When it comes to the action scenes, I have to be honest, I was quite surprised, as whilst I knew there would be action in this film, I wasn't expecting a lot of John Wick styled fight scenes and even really cool looking shootouts, and so when watching I was quite surprised yet hooked at the same time. When it comes to the comedy in this film, I'll have to be honest, it was decent. There's no rib tickling moments in this film, but you get the odd chuckle here and there, and there's maybe one or two real laugh out loud moments. The story of this film, the more you watch, it gets more riveting as it goes along, and you really enjoy these characters, and you really are there for the emotional side of this film too, especially from the performances of both Brent and Mark Hamill. What I enjoyed most about this film is the theme going throughout this film, and that is of family and the dysfunctionalness. We see that his daughters have lost respect for him, and you find out why. He's trying to protect them but also gain their respect again, and then obviously he has his issues with his own father. And then on the flip side with the antagonist, we see that she is going through this whole travesty to gain recognition of not only her siblings but get the respect from the father that she always wanted, to be admired as much as her male siblings get as well. My main critique of this film is that even though this film is based around and centred around a comedian, I have to be honest and say this film isn't that particularly funny, which is a real shame, as Bert Kreischer is quite a funny human being. Now, the story and shocking violence is enough to keep you interested, but the film is humourless, and it's a shame as his stand-up specials are really rib-tickling, wiping your eye moments, comedy gold, and yet you don't get anything of the sort in this film. And what's really more of a shame is that all the big comedy scenes were already put into the trailers, and so when you go into watching the entire film, those scenes have already been spoiled, and so it's not as funny as you would hope it to be. Overall, I think the film is very interesting. We get new layers on the machine story. Sadly, one of those layers isn't humour. Is this film good? I'd say it's okay. Rating wise, is a 5.5 out of 10. Would I rewatch it? Yes. Not by myself though, I would rewatch it with other Kreischer fans too. Recommendations, let's start with Bert's body of work, which he has a lot of. Firstly, his stand-up specials are amazing. From The Machine all the way to Razzle Dazzle, you will find some real hysterical moments in each and every one of those specials. Now, I was introduced to Bert Kreischer through Tom Segura, a fellow friend and comedian of Bert Kreischer's. The two share a hysterical podcast called Two Bears, One Cave. I recommend it.
100%.
A recommendation that's somewhat in the same vein as this film is the TV show Legit, as both take a premise from a stand-up special, which are true stories, and go on from there. With Legit, it is Jim Jeffries' story about taking a disabled friend of his to a strip club, and they continue on from that. It's not only very funny, but it also has its emotional moments too. Those are my recommendations. This has been my review for Bert Kreischer's The Machine. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like and subscribe, but most importantly, thank you and have a nice day.